Check this out, this is the Indy 500. Not just yet, we're just on the perimeter, but we're looking to go in and we're going to do a lap of the 2.5 mile Brickyard. Okay, we're going onto the track. There's a couple of rules, 35 miles an hour, and we've got to stick at that speed all the way around. The guys were doing just under 230 miles an hour out here. As you can imagine, it feels a little bit more scary at that speed, but we're just going down the back straight now. As we come up now to, I think what is turns 3 and 4, so this is turn 3 coming up, and you've got the big fences on the side, and it feels a bit like you're in a tunnel. And we're coming up now to a grandstand, a great big grandstand, all the way around turns 3 and 4 onto the main straight. It's just going to be packed full of people. And these drivers on the approach to the start are going to be able to hear the crowd as they come around to start the Indy 500. So it's going to be one hell of a feeling. And as you can see, it's a hell of an angle. So all the rubber's just down on the inside there. So these guys are going to have to stick right down on the inside. If you get up here, you can see that the actual tarmac's not quite as dark. So if they go anywhere up to the top there, and overtaking around the outside here, it looks like it's going to be a hell of a challenge. You don't see it that often. The outside manoeuvres are often done at the first and second corners. As we come up to turn 4, there's not really much of a straight here at all. Fantastic. We're actually doing 20 miles an hour now because this guy ahead of us is a bit slow. So I wouldn't say we're necessarily pushing the limit at the moment. I wonder if we should make a move around the outside. Did you see the rules? Are we allowed to overtake? I'm going to get in his slipstream and just see if I can... He's taking the high line, which I'm not sure is the best option. There's actually a safety vehicle on the inside there. This is really the money shot now, coming out of turn 4 into the main straight. We saw 2 years ago, J.R. Hildebrand, last lap, last corner, leading as a rookie in the National Guard car. All the fans on their feet, you'd have seen him in the grandstands as he came around the last corner, and he put it in this wall just here. And he actually ended up coming second in the race. He skated all the way along this wall, and the further he went, I'm sure the more his heart sank as well. As they come into the pit lane here, you've actually got no garages, so they just have their pit stalls, and you can see most of the teams, if not all of the teams from practice, will have set up their pit stalls, and there you have it, the podium victory lane. That's where Milt gets drunk. Dario Franchitti, Elio Castroneves, Gilles de Ferran, they've all visited victory lane. It's where every driver in the world wants to be. Turn 1 is not quite as steep on the banking. When you watch the drivers, they come out on the main straight and then they dart back towards the wall and they give themselves a nice entry into this first corner. And we saw here last year another last lap incident. Takuma Sato, first corner, last lap, in the lead, would have been the first Japanese driver ever to win the Indy 500, and he came into here and he span it on his own. He was under threat from Dario Franchitti, who was on the outside, who got away with being taken out by Takuma Sato completely. So as we go into turn 2, we can see on our left-hand side the lighter tarmac, and that's actually where the old Formula 1 circuit would come out. As you exit from turn 2 here, it gets a little bit more lonely. Those grandstands disappear, and you're out on your own on what is a mile-long stretch. Pretty fantastic experience to drive around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Although it was in my hire car doing 35 miles an hour, it was good fun nonetheless, and we saw some pretty interesting spots. I hope it's not the last time I drive around the Indianapolis. Where do we go now?